Which of Lem's awesome lineup of minimalist boots is right for you? That's a question we set out to answer in today's video as we compare 6 of their boot models. They've got everything from dressy Chelseas to urban feeling Primal Pursuits to versatile Boulder boots. So let's dig in and talk about each one, revealing at the end which one fits us best and helping you to make that tough decision as well. What's up everybody, welcome to the Sons of Sever YouTube channel where there's no such thing as bad weather, only bad gear. My name is Eric and today my brother Chris and I are bringing you a review of 6 different barefoot boots from Lems Shoes. We really love Lems Shoes on our channel. We think that their products are just fantastic. They look really good, they feel really good on your feet, and they always perform really well for what they are built for. Now there are timestamps down in the description. If there's a specific model that you've already been looking at, then you can go and jump to it there. Also down in the description of the video we have an affiliate link to Lem's website. If this video helps you to decide which one of these boots is best for you and you decide to make that purchase, we would really appreciate it if you would use our link to get to their website. That helps put more gear into our hands and gets more reviews out to you. But like I said, we're going to compare 6 different boots, and I'm going to start us off with the original Boulder boot waterproof. The original Boulder boots were meant to be the perfect barefoot travel boot. I think Lems finally hit that mark when they made the full grain leather waterproof version. Packable, stylish, and not completely waterproof, these things are built as lightweight and comfortable as possible. Ticking off the most barefoot boxes of all the boots today, it has a 13.5mm stack height, is built on Lem's wide last for a roomy toe box, is zero drop and weighs only 12.9 ounces. The comfort of these boots can't be denied. A lot of people liken them to slippers. I use these extensively as a work boot while I would stand for hours watching boxes get loaded onto my airplane in the pouring Portland rain. I couldn't have been happier slipping them on each morning, knowing they would keep my feet comfortable and dry. They have one major fault. The outsole wears out quickly and has very little traction. But at $175 USD, if you're looking for a barefoot boot to travel with, use in the office, dress up or down, then these are hard to beat.
The first boot that I'm going to talk about is the Primal Pursuit Mid Waterproof. The Primal Pursuit Mid Waterproof is one of the most overlooked barefoot hikers on the market. Coming in at 11.8 ounces and with a stack height of 14 to 18 millimeters, depending on your insole situation, this boot has a very compelling mix of lightweight, flexible minimalism while still maintaining the rugged characteristics you would want in a go-to hiker. The waterproofing has been 100% for us, but one of the characteristics that stood out to us most has been the flawless performance of the trail traction outsole with its 3.5mm lugs that resemble teeth. Wide enough for most to spread their toes, flexible enough to let your feet do what they're supposed to, and rugged enough for the Utah mountains, the Primal Pursuit Mid Waterproof almost has an impressive enough resume to keep up with its Boulder brothers, who are arguably even more suited for rugged trails. However, the place where this boot shines is on your wallet. Coming in at $145 when it's at full price, but on sale for closer to $110 right now as Lems is hopefully gearing up to give it a makeover for 2024, we think this boot is worth getting while it's hot just the way it is. That is, if you can find it in your size.
Next up, let's talk about the Boulder Boot Grip. The biggest complaint with the original Boulder boot was the outsole. It wears out quickly and has very little traction. So Lems fixed it. The updated Boulder Boot Grip features a non-slip rubber outsole and has been designed with unique grooves specifically for tackling wet and slippery conditions, and we've been very happy with its performance. The rest of the boot is largely unchanged from the original with a full grain leather upper, a totally waterproof membrane, and is still built on their wide last, which might not be enough for our widest footed followers out there. It has, however, been beefed up for taking on tough trails. A new EVA midsole plus the updated outsole bumps the stack height up to 18.5 millimeters, and the weight is 14.1 ounces. Even so, we found it to provide ample ground feel, and with the unique grooves, it's still crazy flexible. Lems also decided to try out lacing hooks on this version. Love them or hate them. With all the comfort of the original Boulder boot and a massively improved trail-ready outsole, we think the $180 price tag is worth the unmatched versatility and minimal boot experience it provides. I've loved taking this thing up steep, long, and slippery trails, as well as rocking it on dates and at church.
The next boot I'm going to talk about is the Lems Boulder Summit. Next on the list is the Boulder Summit, which brought Lems' Boulder line of boots back to life. The original Boulder boot was in desperate need of a sole upgrade, and before the Boulder Grip was born, the Boulder Summit gave a lot of Lems fanatics that rugged Boulder boot they really wanted. Depending on your insole choice, the Summit works with a relatively minimal 16 to 21-ish millimeters of stack height, coming in at only 14.8 ounces, which for a boot of this caliber is significantly lighter than other similar but less barefoot boots on the mainstream hiking market. An important aspect to consider, and this comes straight from our Lems rep, we've confirmed that this boot comes in as one of the few shoes in Lems' widest toe box category. With its full grain leather, a fully waterproof membrane, and winter traction lugs the size of Texas, the Summit has what it takes to help you tackle rough terrain and look good while doing it. Rugged enough to take you up a mountain in the morning, stylish enough to take you on a date later that evening, and classic enough to take you to church the next morning, the thing that this boot does best is that it screams versatility.
And next up, we're going to be talking about the Lems Chelsea boot waterproof. What this boot lacks in athletic ability compared to the others in today's video, it certainly makes up for in comfort and style. Wide feet will be happy as the Chelsea is built on Lems' widest last, and if you're a fan of the Primal Zen for its underfoot comfort, then you'll love this boot because it's the exact same footbed. Full grain leather and a waterproof membrane, yes, even the elastic bits, means it can easily face the elements, and weighing only 9.8 ounces, a 14.5 millimeter stack height, and a zero drop platform means you'll get a great barefoot experience at the same time. The ability to slip this boot off and on means its convenience is unrivaled, and it just looks good. While I have enjoyed taking it on light hikes, its traction on slippery conditions is notably lacking. For $175, this thing really shines in a pew, out on the town, or in the office. If you want convenience, comfort, and style, all wrapped up in a minimalist shoe package, this boot is for you. Just be careful when it's slick out there.
Last but definitely not least for me is the Lems Outlander. The Lems Outlander is the first barefoot boot that I ever tried, and as of now, it's the one that I'll be wearing to the grave. I put over 2,000 miles of delivery work on my first pair, grinding them down daily on pavement and asphalt until I made it all the way through to the midsole. The second pair I had sent out as a dedicated hiker have seen just as many miles, but have fared significantly better, likely benefiting from use on mostly soft dirt and loose rocks. Fully and flawlessly waterproof, with the same stack height as the Summit of 16 to 21 millimeters, the same traction pattern that made both boots popular, and the same weight at 14.8 ounces, the Outlander boasts a rugged, lightweight flexibility that is hard to find in other boots, even in the barefoot market. As a dedicated hiker, with some light casual wear worked into the mix here and there, this is a boot that could last you for miles of trail in the years to come. While lacking in the more formal looks department, with its mixed use of leather, nylon, and rubber supports, we think that the Outlander is by far the most rugged boot that Lems has produced, and likely one of the most rugged boots not only on the barefoot market, but on the dedicated hiking market as well.
Alright, so for me, when it comes to picking my favorite, if you've been watching our videos throughout the fall and winter, I've said this many times, but the Boulder Boot Grip is the one for me. I think it just sits in this Goldilocks zone where it can tackle tough trails like the Summit, not as well. The traction doesn't do as well as the Summit's traction. That's totally true. But it can do some pretty difficult hiking, and it gives you more of a barefoot experience than the Summit does, which is something that I want and I appreciate. It can be dressed up, it can be dressed down. I think it's a fantastic all-around boot, and I really love it for all those reasons. The Boulder Boot Grip is the winner for me. Now let's pass it over to Chris to tell you his favorite and to close out the video for us.
Before I give you the outro of the video, I wanted to mention my overall winner for all of Lems boots, and that is going to be the Lems Outlander. You guys saw the boot that they originally sent out to me that I absolutely beat the tar out of. It was this pair, and I wore these things for about 6 months straight as my go-to work boot for my delivery driver job. So I was grinding this thing down daily on metal grating in the truck, on asphalt, and on pavement, putting it through things it really wasn't meant to go through. And it took 6 months and about 2,000 miles. I think it was a little over 2,000, like 2016, according to my Fitbit. 2,016 miles to finally break through the outsole to the midsole. And then technically, this thing is still fully waterproof and fully functional, just a little less grippy up towards the front here. The only major signs of wear other than the traction pattern is just on this specific boot, the right one, a little bit of tearing here. No delamination of the sole or anything, which I was super impressed by. I'm gonna give you periodic updates on this guy, who is my dedicated casual and hiker Outlander that I had Lems sent out to me after I absolutely wrecked these ones. If you end up going with the Outlander, I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think this thing is gonna last a really long time. So I plan on giving updates at 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, if they make it that far. If I am going on a hike and I am not focusing on getting content for another pair of shoes, this is what I'm grabbing. If at any point they get dethroned, I will let you know that as well. Folks, thanks for being here. We appreciate your view. There are a whole bunch of other places where you can go and get content from us. The most exclusive, behind the scenes, up close content is going to be on our Patreon page, and it is only $1 to subscribe to that. There is some free content on there for you to sample now so that you can watch some of the stuff that we have there just to see if you want to spend that $1 a month. But make sure to head down to the link in the description, go and check out that exclusive content. And then again, $1 a month to subscribe to the Sons of Sever Patreon. We love it when people follow along with us on Instagram and Strava. On Instagram, the main thing that we're doing is unboxing videos of all the products as we get them in. And then on Strava, we're posting about our activities. So our hikes, our paddle boarding, our runs, all the things that we can track with our phones and our activity trackers will be on Strava. And we'll also be mentioning all of the gear that we're using there. You can track all of your stuff on Strava and share it as well. We will follow you back because we want to see the kinds of gear you're using in your activities. Again, we're glad you're here. We appreciate your view, and as always, we will catch you in the mountains.